Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy, also known as CR like it says on the screen, and I want to welcome everyone to this late night chit chat with me, which is actually a part 2. Due to technical difficulties and some other things and some silliness, yeah, but I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in on this late night chit chat with CR here, where I get to reconnect with some of you out there, the people, share some stories and some things, and share some other things that that have been going on and things that have happened to me and such. As I double check some things here before I forget. Okay, making sure that this stream is actually public. Just give me one sec. While I wait for some people to drop in here. And I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in right now. I know it's quite early or late, depending on how you see it. And some people out there are probably like, it's kind of whatever, right? And probably wondering, how come you do these streams at different times, CR and such and such? It's because not everyone's actually sleeping at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Some people do late graveyard shifts, and because it's 2, 3 o'clock in your own time zone, doesn't necessarily mean that it's that time in other people's time zone. Of course, a lot of channels out there and stuff like that. We have international followers in Europe, Asia, etc., etc. Not everyone lives here in North America, so that's why I try to vary up my live stream times every so often and give other people a chance to drop in on the streams, and try to reconnect with them as much as possible. Not only reconnecting on your stream, but overall my stream too. And for some reason, it's YouTube's not receiving enough video. And of course, well, I guess that's what happens when you live stream. Anything can happen, and everything can happen. So just bear with me for a second here. Just making sure everything's good. I think it is. Anyway. It should be anyway. Just making sure that everything's good, because if I learned anything about live streaming, is that sometimes it's easy to forget a minor detail, get derailed, get a phone call, and all this stuff. I mean, it happens. It's worse. So yeah. So that's why I'm double checking things before I actually start the main part of the stream, making sure that I did not forget anything this time around. Yes. Okay. Such as remembering to not put the live stream unlisted. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Yeah. So if you're listening to this, don't unlist your live stream while you're live streaming, for whatever the reason is. Because don't think that's not good. You may wonder why people are not watching this because of that. Hello, Alon Johnson. Hello. How's it going? How are you doing? Well, clearly it's not unlisted. So let me whip up my intro for this. My world intro here. And of course, boom, CR's in the house with this late night chit chat. And hello, I do appreciate everyone taking the time however long, minutes, seconds, whatever, maybe some hours, to drop in. Do appreciate it. It's getting a little warm in here for me. Must be because I'm kind of more active now. So what's on this kind of stream for this late night chit chat? Well, like I said, I'm gonna be sharing some stories, things going on and stuff like that. And message a few people to see if they want to drop in. And be like, hey, I'm back on live. So hopefully I'll see them come back into the room here. It'll be really cool. And I always appreciate everyone that can take a little bit of their time to drop in. I understand, not everyone can drop in at certain times and stuff like that. Maybe you're watching this on a replay right now of the stream. Unfortunately, you can watch this live. I understand, And I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in live or on replay. I appreciate everyone's nice, warm, and loving support on the channel. To the followers and to the non-followers, I do appreciate it. Thanks for coming by, because you guys are all awesome. Probably like, oh, CR, you're awesome too. No, I'm not awesome. I'm just the guy that creates a lot of the time. Up to 98.6% of the time. Yes. Randomly, you'll see some random puns. Wow. Look who walked in. Hi, Tigerkin. Hi. And I do appreciate you taking the time to drop in. I do appreciate it. And so much so that I'm actually going to change a few things right there. Just for you. Just for you. Just for you. Just for you. I know you have my back. So I do appreciate your support as a follower. Stuff like that. I do appreciate it. And I know, my content's kind of more variety-ish. There's certain things that are kind of always on the channel and stuff like that. I guess CR's always on the channel, right? Yeah. CR's always on the channel. There, here, of course it's everywhere. But yes, I try to, how do I say this? I've been trying to kind of remember at times why I started the channel in the first place. You may see, things have kind of faded away on the channel a little. And then I'm kind of bringing back into like full strength. Times 1,000. With a big X, big multiplier, scaling it up and stuff like that. It's because I'm remembering why, a lot of the time, why I started this channel and the roots behind it. And I'm like, yeah, I want to come back to that. So that's why I've been pushing a lot of the creation part a lot more. So that's why a lot of the times you're seeing single things a lot more on the channel, like creating, reusing, and stuff like that. Well, because that's actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to start the channel. And all that good stuff. Because, well, that's why I wanted to start it. Stuff like that. Well, it's been warm in here. I didn't want to set a whole lot once again. Not sure. It might be the coffee I'm drinking or something like that. It must be the coffee I'm drinking. But regardless, all good, it's all good. If anything, might have to fan myself. Hold on a sec. I didn't realize how warm I'm getting. So just cool down real quick here. Cool. Sorry, I'm just checking my indicators here on OBS, making sure everything's good. I guess there's nothing wrong with double checking things every so often, right? Because things happen. It's always nice to double check on things. Just in case, alright? Just in case. Hold on a sec. Just gonna grab something here real quick. Just gonna put my repetitive CR logo in there. Just hold on. Sorry about the wait. Just cooling off a little here. I'm back. I'm starting to break a sweat in here. Not sure if it's the coffee or something, but it's when I got some water. Water's a good way to pull heat away. I mean, water, liquid water, H2O, you know, whatever you want to call it. The elixir of life, you know, the liquid medium of life. I mean, it'll pull heat away much quicker than air. Hence, for example, why you want to stay dry during the winter, during colder months, and water is going to be important during the summer, for example. Not just for hydration, but to keep cool with, especially if you know what they say, go take a dip in the lake, go take a dip in the pool, go swimming and stuff like that. And swimming's fairly good exercise too, low impact and stuff like that. I know people that swim to stay active doing that kind of stuff. It's been a while since I swam. For a while. It's been a long time since I swam. Maybe I should consider doing it again. Well, you know what? Regardless, I know. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but I truly do believe that we all do create in our own way. Maybe it's with food. Maybe it's with poetry, songwriting. Maybe it's more artistic crafting, painting, crafting. Maybe you're, stuff like that. Maybe, it's all down here. It's a form of creating. The art of paper folding, right? Because you're taking something and making something out of it for aesthetic reasons in terms of crafting. Maybe it's more to actually use, so it's functional. So woodworking, fabrication with metals. Maybe you're fabricating something with plastics or whatever. And maybe it's even something as simple as sewing. I have a sewing needle nearby because that's what I've been doing. This is another form of creating. So when you see people creating out there, you feel like, oh, I can't do that. Don't look at it as you can't do it. Look at it as you could do it. You could do it. You could do it. Maybe you'll just take a little bit more effort the start. But once you get that wheel, yes, I'm using the wheel, this metaphoric wheel, for example. Once you get going, maybe you can start picking up some momentum on it, and you'll be like, wow, I wish I started using this a long time ago. It's not as hard as it seems. I'm getting somewhere on it, for example. And I can relate this to like the sewing, the fabrication. Like just because you're a male, if you're a male listener, it doesn't mean you can't sew. And just because you're a female, for example, doesn't mean you can't fabricate, use tools, power tools, and stuff like that. I do believe that we all can do this stuff. Anyone can virtually do it, right? Just like how I think any male person can cook, can sew. When I believe that any female out there can work with power tools, use tools, stuff like that, drills, saws, rotary tools, and stuff like that, grinders and all that stuff. That stuff's out there. Sometimes it just takes that one kind of push in the right direction. Someone to show you, maybe it is, if you're a guy, for example, a male, maybe it is one of your female friends, for example, or maybe male or whatever, that are showing you, hey, they see that, for example, you have like, or ripping your hoodie or whatever, and stuff like that. Instead of having it become worse, they show you, hey, you know what? You see this? It's a sewing needle. I'm gonna let you have this, and here's some thread. I'm gonna show you how to sew this up, and stuff like that. And you might hear people say, "Oh, but I don't know how to do this. I'm not really good at it." And maybe, just maybe, showing how it's not too difficult. A couple things, keep in mind and stuff like that. So, and maybe, just maybe, they'll enjoy it, like it, and maybe, just maybe, do it for themselves too. And then coming on the opposite side of things, I guess, way to it. Maybe it is fabrication, rotary tools, drills, power tools, and stuff like that. And having one of your male friends, could be female too or whatever, showing you the way, safety precautions, right? Stuff like, if you're working with like rotary tools or whatever, and let's say, I don't know. Oh, I broke this piece of metal off and I gotta get it off. Stuff like that. You have the tools for some, and then, not sure how to do it. Where, you're getting, tips like, maybe consider safety glasses, for example. Especially if you're working with rotary tools, working with metals and stuff like that, because also, get sparks flying and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I wear glasses, but not everyone wears glasses. And sometimes, even if I'm wearing glasses, I'll still want to put on, some sort of goggles or something like that, because, well, yeah, I wear glasses, but sometimes things get around, so I'll still wear them, just to be more cautious and stuff like that. Well, maybe one of these days, Tiger King, maybe you will. Maybe you'll get better at it over time. And that's another thing too. Sometimes learning something new. You know, I'm not really keep relating this to like sewing, crocheting, cooking, and power tools, fabrication, and stuff like that. Maybe you could just pick up few little things every so often, learning how to use the tools, learning a few things, the tricks of the trade, tips and all that stuff. Always remember that stuff adds up over time, especially if you start adding to it, just like tiers, right? It's like a tier of a cake. Maybe you learn this little how to make a base cake, then for some reason you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna, push the boundaries, push the limit. Let's try this. I got some time. I got an extra 6 hours. Let's try it. Let's try a 2-tier. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be like, I've never done this, but maybe you'll figure something out where you're like, hey, if I do this, this might save some time and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm just getting some. Hold on a sec. Sorry, I don't want to cough into the mic and all that stuff. I'm just getting side distracted here. Getting messages on the side. And all that stuff. Someone will left me a message, so I kind of said, "Hey, I'm on live right now, so now's would be a good time." That live, real-time interaction, all that stuff. Yes. So I am gonna do this right now because I actually wanted to do this in the first place. Yes. Sewing. I'm aware that people don't have dexterity, arthritis and stuff like that. It's more difficult and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. But then there's other times where I'm like, there might be ways of kind of helping yourself. You might not be able to do something awesome, but you might be able to do something. And I will show this right here. Just to show everyone out there, you can't do this. Maybe not everyone can do it, but a vast majority of people, the people, not just the YouTube channels, you see, do something like this. This is all scrap. All scrap. Nothing of it was new. This is all reused, converted, which has CR in it, changed from the current state it was in to a state that I can use it, for example. Here's something more of this more material. This is very, very, very thin material. You can see that kind of material. It kind of reminds me of like pattern on like toilet paper, on paper towel, for example. Anyone that's seen anything like a tote bag or anything like that, it's very similar. I mean, these two were handles. The front, well, some of the front is from something else, but the majority of the front came from the original packaging, the original bag, tote bag, stuff like that. I just changed it. Just changed it. Manipulate. I don't want to use that word, but changed, altered it, morphed it. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that word too, right? That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Oh, I see you got my message. Hello, Texas Little Star. Hi. I'm just showing this. And kind of, I'm a guy. And you know what? I like sewing. I'll be the first one to admit that. Because to me, this is just another form of creating. Maybe it's not as exciting as, fabricating something with power tools and using tools that go, yeah, and rotary tools, but I generally have the same enthusiasm generally for doing the sewing because I get to make something cool. I mean, I just made this from scraps. Like I said, show this whole bit. And all this took was a sewing needle, some thread, maybe some scissors, and one of my kind of cool secret weapons tips right here is a binder clip. Because, for example, if I was doing this, I could be using this binder clip, for example, to temporarily hold it. So when I'm starting the sewing process, I can get the initial stitching in there, then pour it to the side, get nice and snug, lined up and all that stuff, and eventually get somewhere where I can just take off the binder clip and go from there and keep going. Or, to temporarily hold something together so I can start stitching up it. All that stuff. Awesome, awesome. So yes, I will say this. Wow, I'm thinking of something else, and I need to sip of my coffee in the back. I do appreciate both. Oh, sheesh, I almost forgot I put my mic on the table. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in, which include Tiger Fin and Texas Holster. Thank you. You two are awesome. I do appreciate the support. So yeah, I mean, sewing needles, a binder clip. I love these binder clips. Since I got back into the sewing part, I'm like, yeah, these binder clips have been so extremely useful. Just because it allows me to, put the mic back on so it's closer to me. It allows me to hold things together temporarily until I'm ready to stitch it up. So things line up and stuff like that. Pardon me. And remember, I'm hand sewing this. Now, obviously, if you have a sewing machine, obviously it's gonna go faster. It's just like anything. If you can automate it, use machines to help you speed up the process, of course it's gonna be it's gonna be faster, more efficient. You're gonna save a lot of time. But what I also say is trying to understand, the mechanical versions, the hand versions of doing it. Just case. It's nice to have a sewing machine and all that stuff, but it's pretty nice to know that you could do it by hand too if you had to. You understand the process of it. So just in case, for example, if I was sewing with a sewing machine, or I don't have access to it, I'll be like, oh yeah, right, I know how to hand sew it. It might take me a little bit longer, but eventually I'll get it done, for example. Well, that's awesome to hear, Texas Coleslaw. I mean, I'll do it right now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make the exact same pouch. So, there's some material right here. Now, many would consider this, it's scrap material, it's scrap material. Yeah, honestly, it's scrap material because it's currently not in a useful state. This, this came from a ban from some sort of ear device. It's for wrapping around the head and stuff like that. Stretchy. I've shown this before. You know, stretches. Has some stretch to it. Similar to neoprene type of material. Something like that. So I'm gonna do this right now. Maybe I shouldn't name this creation mode time, but it's late night chat, so I can vary it up if I want to. And for everyone that wonders, hey CR, you like to create a lot? Yes, I do. I really do. You like to reuse stuff a lot? I'm like, yes, I do. And the reason is because just because I like to. You know, it's nice to know that, hey, I can take something that's currently in a useless state, you know, maybe something like this, and convert it into something not exactly like this, but something similar. It just takes a little bit of time. A little bit of time, a little bit of skill, of course some resources, some tools and stuff like that. Like, you know, sewing needle. You know, these are tools. You know, they're not power tools or hand tools, cutting tools, saws or anything like that, but I still consider them tools because they allow you to cook things together, you know, stitch things together, tie things together, connect things together. You know, they're not as, you know, cool as like a welder or something like that, but regardless, still tools. Hey, it's Uncle Al. Hi, Uncle Al. Oh, I do appreciate you taking the time to drop in. How's it going, Uncle Al? It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. I do appreciate the support. Thank you very much. But yeah, coming back to this. You know, I like doing this kind of stuff. It allows me to not only practice this, you know, because, you know, I get to practice it, trying to get better at it, where I'm doing it, or it's become like muscle memory or whatever. But it also allows me to like take things that are kind of, you know, being tossed anyways, and bring them back into a useful state. Which actually I'm gonna do this right now. I wasn't really planning on it, but whatever, it's not a big deal. Because I like creating. So I'm gonna do it right now while I'm talking about it. That was fun. I almost forgot that I'm inverting this. And so another thing is being able to do something on the spot, right? Have that that pressure of doing it on the spot in front of a camera and stuff like that. Because I know at times when I'm showing something, you know, or whenever people are showing something, you might see like, because the magic of editing, it's done now. You know, I don't usually show the sewing on a live stream because unless I'm using, you know, a sewing machine, it can take a bit of time. But the thing is, I'm also not multitask this and talk about stuff and read the side chat and interact and reconnect with you all while in creation mode. So if you're in the chat right now, give me write CR on the screen with a jumbled C and R because it's time to create. Why not? Or at least start it. At least start the creation process of it. That's the idea, anyways. It's like a scrap material. I've shown this before. I've shown something similar to those before and giving like free thread and stuff like that. But this is where I've so you can see the thread that we're using. I'm not even using like anything I already bought, already have. I'm just using something I already have. Just reuse, repurpose. Well, it's not only good for the environment, but it also reminds you that how resourceful you can be. It's nice to have new things, have resources ready to go. You already have the building materials and stuff like that. But knowing that, hey, being able to free cycle something. Yes, I'm not even use the word free cycle in there. I remember watching this show on Discovery Channel, and basically, I was introduced to that word free cycling, stuff like that. I thought, this is kind of cool, Good work. I learned a bunch of stuff. So I got really into it, and I started to understand, learn about it. And apparently, I'm not finding my sewing needle. And all this stuff. I just thought it was really interesting. And just because, just taking something in a useful state and converting it back into a useful state. Especially considering that some of these resources were kind of like almost to the point destined for a landfill, unfortunately. But they weren't. They got put together in a certain way, fabricated, welded, melted, cut, carved, painted, recolored, melted. Yeah, I already said melted. In a certain way, and combined in a certain way, and boom, you're getting something useful again, or artistic again, stuff like that. I really do like when I see that kind of stuff, just because it always makes me happy seeing things reused like that. It really does. I don't know, there's something about that I like. Yes. Wow. To be honest, Tiger Pin, I've been like that for a while, to be honest. Kind of grew up with it too. Especially considering I didn't have much in the way when I was younger. At times, I had to make do with what I have and stuff like that. Not necessarily have what I wanted at times and stuff like that. Also, you gotta work with the materials you have, so this is reclaimed or used for it, so it's not quite right as great as new thread. It's not always ideal, but you kind of make it work. And hopefully I can actually make it work. Sometimes like scrap wood or something like that, sometimes there's like maybe not dents, but cracks, imperfections and stuff like that. Also, if you can't if you can't have those imperfections, okay, it's a given. But if you can, or it's not that matter so much, it's not a big deal. or in my case, I actually have to use more thread because the thread is really short. Look at this, it's so short. I know I'll also need more thread after, but I don't mind because I don't mind daisy chaining it together. The knots, the stitching together and stuff like that. It's not that big of a deal to me because the way I'm gonna do it anyways, it's just gonna be seamless anyways. Not to really notice much because it's all the same color I'm using. It's all gonna get hidden and all that stuff. And just kind of putting it there, as you see here. Wow, yeah, exactly. Tiger can try, you know. I'll admit that, I tried stuff before, putting stuff together, and I was just like, it's not always, oh, hey, it's awesome, the finished product is like, oh, and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just like, not quite, or you come really close and just like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have done that part. Kind of screwed it up. Or just like, not quite what you had in mind. I get that. It happens to me. But the thing is, learn from it. Make progress, not perfection. I mean, for me right now, this ain't ideal. I know what I'm doing right now is not ideal. But if this is all you have, maybe you can still make it work. Get somewhere with it. Stuff like that. It's all good Texas whole stuff. To be honest, I can explain what I'm doing too. I mean, basically, right now I'm just kind of joining, which will be the bottom. Well, yeah, the bottom. Let's show this while I'm doing it. It'll kind of illustrate what I'm doing too, and I'll multitask. Why not? Why not? I'll kind of show this. This, I never actually realized about some of this stuff until I tried it out. And that's the beauty about reusing something at times. There's a lot of possibilities where, what's the word I'm looking for? Light bulb moment, epiphany, I don't know, maybe those are the words I'm looking for. You're just like, wow, I did not realize I could do, a simple alteration change. I can make this, I can do this with it, where you're just like, there's something about that, I don't know why. For me, that seems to be, I don't know, it's something really cool about that. I'm gonna try to thread this here. But yeah, just something about that I like. Maybe I should name the stream creation mode. Yeah, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. What is a big deal is I cannot thread this right now. This happened on this other live stream. I was actually sewing and it's like taking me like so long just to thread the needle. But whatever. Just show you guys, sometimes it's not always, first time having success. Sometimes having success means trying again, not giving up, persevering, keep going at it, and hope, you might see a finished product and like, oh, that looks so awesome, CR. That looks so perfect. No, it's not perfect. It's just progress. I just made a lot of progress in it. What you're saying took like what you think right now is, oh, that one item looks so perfect. No, it took hours to do or whatever. It depends. I know some things I do can take a little bit more time, and then there are things as I get better at it, make more progress in it, things don't get tangled up and such. It becomes a little bit different. So you can see that I gradually make this thing. I've already shown this on the channel already, but I just want to show you guys this in actually doing it. So no magic of editing. See this? And like I said, I do like to create. Now, I'm not saying I would be doing this right now, but per se, I might be doing something else, but you see me just chatting away, and stuff like that. Maybe randomly in the side chat, randomly chatting, which I just did, and stuff like that. It'd probably be something I'd be doing anyways right now, give or take. Maybe I'm not. It wouldn't be live streaming. It'd be like watching a video, and stuff like that, where I'm just like listening, watching, stuff like that. Maybe chatting up with someone on some social media or whatever and saying what's up, reconnecting with them. And they'd be like, hey, what's up? I'd be like, not much. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? And I'd be like, so. What do you mean so? What's wrong? No. I'd be like, no, now with an O, not S-O. S-O. S-E-W. S-E-W. You'd be like, oh. And yeah. I guess literally right now, how's CR doing? So. That's what he's doing. That was funny. Look at this. This is one of the smaller needles I have. So many needles I have. And I've kind of started bending it a little. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I got plenty of these. And it's more common anyways. I'm not really worried about breaking it, bending it. I always wanted a more round, curved needle. Maybe eventually you'll turn into it. Unintentionally. Basically what I'm doing here is basically taking this edge, stitching it around, and I'm making a hem to join it together, and making sure the thread is as close as I can, making sure I got enough of the material connected together, and just basically just keep doing it on and on and on and on. Just keep going, just like how I like to create on and on and on at times. And maybe I'm talking and rambling on and on and on, but you know how it is. Yeah, I know I just said all that stuff, but whatever. It's my stream, right? Random things are fun. There's nothing wrong with random. Keeps you thinking and stuff like that. I have a new saying. People are always like, oh, you gotta think outside the box. You know what I say? You gotta think outside the box that's outside that box. So I just don't even think outside this, but I think outside that, this that's in there. Think outside the box that's outside the box. But that's what I say. You might see me saying it every so often, but I like saying it. So we'll see how long it takes me to do part of it here. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I gotta heat up, melt the thread, and stuff like that. You don't need to see it. See, you should know. Enough said, right? You should know what I'm doing on the side. You should be able to hear it. Well, let's get some more here. So basically, I am just taking things in a useless state, or currently in a useless state, combining them with a few simple tools. Yes, a sewing needle is a tool. Well, maybe it's not as cool as a cutting tool, but it is useful. But of course, you guys get the point. Why am I saying all these puns? I don't know why. Sometimes I'm bad for these puns, right? So I hope I didn't put anyone off with all these puns. I can't help it sometimes. I figured out there's a couple ways of threading my needle. Whatever works. You know, there's different ways of doing this. Depends what you have and stuff like that. But, I've tried many different ways. I tend to stick to 2 ways, generally speaking. I will either melt it or wet it. Pretty much. The idea is, see, this is like a really small eye. Now, if I took, one of my bigger eye type needle, oh yeah, I can easily do it. But that's not what I'm using. I'm using a very small, narrow eye. I'll either wet it or melt it. One of the two. I'm trying to feather it out the thread, make it as thin as possible. It's like, thread the eye of the needle. Or literally thread the eye of the needle. That's not supposed to be a metaphor. I'm literally doing it. Alright, there we go. Put an overhand knot in there, so you can see. What's up, Glacier? How's it going? Appreciate you taking the time to drop in. How's it going? And if anyone's wondering, we're in right now. I know I probably got people in. Oh yeah, I am actually randomly sewing. Well, not really randomly, but I'm sewing to show that anyone can do virtually anyone can do this kind of stuff, and doing this stuff with reused items too. And you can see binder clip, very handy. It's keeping the material together. This is material that I've got for free, just reusing it. What I'm doing here is just kind of using a thread I have here and hemming it. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. I don't want to cough in the camera. I mean, mic. I know it gets loud. I know some of my followers and people out there watch. Yeah, listen on headphones. Basically, showing how taking a bunch of stuff that is currently in a useless state. Not so useful, and with a couple simple tools, sewing, and of course some time, convert it into something really, really cool and useful. Well, that's the idea anyways. Not sure if I'm actually going to be able to finish this on the stream, but at least I'll get somewhat closer. Like, personally, some of these things I've created and stuff like that, you know, sometimes I take a break from it. Like I said, sometimes I'll take a break from it, get away from it for a little bit, take a little bit of time away from it, come back with fresh eyes and stuff like that. It's just like, you know, doing like, for example, for anyone that does attend school and stuff like that, it's like essays, you know, doing homework. Sometimes, you know, you can get too, I won't say stressed out, but into it so much that, you know, you've just been doing it for the last, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour, 90 minutes, and you're just getting kind of mentally exhausted from it because the repetitiveness of things, stuff like that. I mean, I remember when I used to write essays and classes like that, I was just like, you know, just looking at letters and characters for the next hour and stuff like that. You know, obviously it's more fun than writing an essay, but I know sometimes when I'm sewing something like this, you know, I try to keep myself motivated and stuff like that, energized and stuff like that. You know, you can see I got headphones on, I got music playing in the back on, stuff like that. So sometimes I'll be watching. I guess nowadays you can watch something while you do something. I'm not saying to watch something while you do an essay. Probably not. You probably should focus more on it. That's also like you're trying to think of words and stuff like that to say and stuff like that. Alright, got this back on. It's all good. It's all good, Tiger King. It's all good. As long as you're getting the gist of it, I can repeat what I said and stuff like that. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Alright. As you can see here, I'm just end this together here. You know, sometimes when I'm doing this, especially with sewing, is I try to listen to music. It's because, you know, obviously it depends what kind of music you listen to or whatever, right? But if you're listening to something, you know, maybe it's motivation type of music, you know, music that you like to listen to, makes you feel good, whatever it is, right? Maybe it has a beat to it, or whatever. But maybe, you know, hey, I know this song's supposed to be like 5 minutes long. Well, let's see if I can finish this one part in 5 minutes before the end of the song. You know, challenge yourself to be like, okay, 1, 2, keep going, and stuff like that. Where you're just like, oh, I gotta keep going. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Oh, I'm making more progress on it and all this other stuff. Oh, it's starting to get somewhere. It's starting to get somewhere. You know, and mentally, like, psych yourself up to want to do it. Something like this. I know some people may be impatient with certain things, stuff like that. I can get impatient too, because I don't have the time and stuff like that. Something like this might not necessarily do this all in one night. I might be like, hey, I'm just gonna sew this part. I'm busy tomorrow, but the next day, hey, I got some more time, I'll finish back off. And slowly make progress. And eventually, like anything that you make progress in, it'll slowly come together. Combine together. Be connected. You're just like, oh, and you start to see it come together and stuff like that. It's just like doing renovations, for example. I know some people blame the demolition part. Yeah, okay. No one likes to, be the one doing the drywall, doing the plastering, all that stuff, because it's kind of tedious, boring at times, but then it's exciting and stuff like that. Hold on a sec. Give me 1 second. Sorry about the delay there. Remember what I said about when you're live streaming, things happen? Oh, yeah. Things happen. I'm coming back to this. Still working on this kind of Mac thing here. Getting better. It's almost done, this one part. Just let's keep doing this here. See, personally, I wouldn't say great, but I have good hand-eye coordination dexterity. I guess, uh, I guess it helps that I learned how to sew when I was younger, or cook, or stuff like that. I wouldn't say I have surgeon hands or anything like that, but I know what I want to do, and I keep my focus on it as much as possible. Let's see how this is. I should be able to see how this is. I'm actually pulling this on both sides now. So you can see that here. That's my hemline in the center of the screen right here. So you can see it right here. It's going right here. Hold on a sec. Apparently I'm getting derailed here. Give me 1 sec here. Anyways, so I'm coming back to what I'm doing here. Yeah, there we go. You can see. Done that part now. I mean, I can revise this, kind of reinforce it some more, but basically, that's fairly good if I am. So I'll keep going and make more progress in things, right? Just taking something right here, just heating up the ends, kind of melting them back down, so it's not afraid so much. Taking something else out here. Alright. Let me check some things here. All this other stuff. Oh well. I'm just gonna keep this up for a little bit. I don't believe this is gonna take too long. I'm just thinking now, do I wanna actually put this kinda, hold on a sec. I'm thinking, do I wanna put a belt like I did the last time I did this? I've been thinking about it. Cause now, see the thing is, if I'm gonna put a belt loop, I gotta do it now. Because it's much harder to put the loop once you actually have a pouch together. Because it's harder to actually get the sewing needle around, especially if it's a straight needle. So, basically, what you're seeing right here, this is actually going to be inverted out, inside out. So what you see right here, this is actually going to go on the inside. Basically, it's going to look like this more on the outside, and it's of course sewed up. But because I'm inverting it, this is currently the outside, which means the zipper the belt loop is going to be on this side. So which means if I put it in, when I'm putting one on, I gotta do it right now, or else it'd be much harder later. I mean, it's one thing to seal the bottom, but once I seal off the sides, it becomes harder to put a loop in, just because, well, I can't get inside the pouch, just because I got walls. Once you got walls, it's kind of hard to get in there, especially for something so narrow like this. I mean, it's one thing to do it with something like this, because I probably can still do it just because it's wide enough, but for something like this, it's so much narrower, much more difficult. It'd just be easier if I just do it right now. So that's what I'm kind of thinking beforehand. Just, there might be a spot right here, see. We'll see that I have a little bit of a spot right there, so I probably should fix that up before I start hemming or connecting the sides. And before I connect the sides, I want to make sure, do I want to put a belt loop onto this? And the next thing I'm going to do is actually conform this to the size I want. So, taking my cutting tool, scissors, will actually, because you'll see that it's not actually the same on both sides. So one part is thinner. Like I said, this was a scrap for something else, for a piece of head related gear that I'm reusing for this. So I'm going to try to line this up as much as possible. Try to maximize the amount of space I have. And what I'm putting inside, usually I wouldn't know unless I pre-planned it, or I've done it with the same material before. But since I've done this with the same material, I should have a pretty good idea. A fairly good idea. So yeah, I got some scissors right here. maybe some shears or something like that. Kitchen shears, whatever you want to call it. Should be good enough for this. And let's snip that off. As I'm trying to maximize the height, because I can always trim it down. It's always easier, especially with sewing it too. It's easier to cut, it's harder to add. And I think that's why they always say measure twice, cut once. So it's always easier to remove material than to add material. So let's keep that in mind here. So you can see, cut that down. Hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully. Oops. You'll see this extra excess material. This is that excess material that I just cut off. I'm going to use this part too. I'm going to use this part as part of the belt loop. So measuring that, well, not measuring, but lining it up. Let's see this. This is the part that I was just sewing. This is the part that I just cut off, but it's connected or folded in half. So I can visualize it and I kind of see it. And then sometimes when I'm creating, I'll actually kind of visualize it more complete. Be like, okay. And kind of remembering, trying to allow for margin of error. Well, margin, I guess. Take a tape measure here. So I have a tape measure. Let's just measure this, the height of this, just to see if it's relatively how long that is. Like this. Yeah, this height's about just over 2 inches, so should be enough. So if I use it with a belt loop, I should be able to get it on. For example, put that right here. And I do appreciate everyone sticking around on this journey. As I do this tonight. What I'm also going to do here. Oops. Turn this mic up. I'm going to add a little bit more margin of error and add like a little bit more onto it before I cut. Like I said, measure twice, cut once. So I can always remove excess if necessary, but if I make it too short, then, well, So let's make it separate there. Put the scissors away. You can see I got two separate pieces. One's longer, one's shorter. So I'm gonna try the longer one first. And this excess little piece, I'll try to reuse it or whatever. Since I have this inside out, I gotta obviously put the belt loop on the outside of the pouch. Well, what will be the outside, so it will be this side. Line that up. So I'll run this off right here. Using that binder clip. Binder clip's really useful for doing something like this because it allows you to temporarily put things together, kind of see it, and when you're first starting the stitching, it helps to keep it lined up and stuff like that. Yeah, because yeah, definitely it helps. Trust me. Over on my Instagram right now, I actually have this image where you can actually see this crookedness because I was multitasking like this and I forgot to make sure my line was lined up straight. I just noticed it's just going like this. I could have unstitched it or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, whatever. It'll be no lesson. Stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't, something made from leather or something like that, or something where I only had so much of the material. I actually thought it, you know, stronger, more durable material. It's just kind of miscellaneous nylon material, so I wasn't as concerned about screwing it up. But something like this, I actually do want to make sure it's good, or relatively good. Actually, Texas Wholesale, I have only done one panel on this channel. I mean, I've been on a bunch of panels. A bunch of panels. Quite a few, actually. But I have not had a panel up for a while. I guess I'm kind of more used to running my show, so to speak. I know, when I'm on other people's panels, I actually try to like be more polite about things. I know sometimes I can carry on about stuff sometimes. So hopefully this will work well. Hopefully, alright. But that's the idea. Sometimes when I do this, I'm not always 100% sure, especially if I haven't done it before. Trying something new, a new method, trying a different way of doing it. I'm not sure, but I know for me when I do sewing, I try to use some math, keep the side straight and stuff like that. I mean, like, you see something like this, I don't think I've ever made the pouch first and tried to put loops around it. Right? Like what? I mean, I could put a smartphone right here, for example. That's actually why I made it. But let me show this part of it. So you'll see it right there. Use that rounded clip to hold it together. We'll start at the bottom of the pouch first for it. Go from there. Try to make sure it's relatively straight. Parallel to the walls or to the rest of the pouch. That as much as possible. As much as possible. Clip that together with the binder clip. Now that can hold it together, so I have both hands free again, which makes it useful. That's why I like it. It's very useful. Very, very useful. Again, I'm gonna use just scrap thread. Get the thread out. Yes, I'm gonna be off camera for a second. The coffee's to my side. Sorry. It's right to my side. Like literally to my side. You can see me. Yes, because nothing like creation mode and coffee that go hand in hand for me. The oven. The yellow thing. I never realized I was showing a yellow thing. You might have seen something just used as a tool or something. I don't know. Oh. What not I use it for? I'm hoping that. Say I've made one before already, and I actually have it like in our room. But I'm hoping to make a second one because I've been enjoying what I can do with something like this, so I figured let's go make another one. Actually, this would be like I have some, a little bit more of this material. Now, like I said, it's only a band, so unfortunately, it's not that. It's long enough, but it's not that wide. As in terms of that thickness, that length. No, width. Yeah, width. Yeah, it's long enough, but I don't have the width. So, but I do like how it stretches because it's like neoprene type of material, so it has some give to it. It'll stretch a little. But I found out that it can be used with other stuff, or I can put stuff into it. It wasn't just as there's more give. It'll stretch a little in comparison to something like this, which is it's not going to stretch, or if it does, it's stretching very little compared to something like this, which you can see it'll stretch a lot more in comparison to something like what I just showed. Oh, you're talking no, actually, texticles. This is actually green. Oh, it should be green. You're probably talking about this. Yeah, I'll be using that for something else. Probably for a smartphone. And actually, I wasn't actually planning to put it in there. It just happened that I made it the right size, and it actually fits in there. So I thought that was kind of funny. And access thread on the sewing needle. Try to speed up the process a little here. Do this a little bit faster. Oh, I got the sewing needle on. Nice. Nice. It didn't take me like how long? Alright, let's keep going here. At the end of the thread, make a simple overhand knot, a little stopper knot. So the idea here is this, what you're seeing is going to be the bottom of the pouch. This is the bottom of the pouch. I'm working on the bottom first. This is where I'm working on this loop, so I can put it around a belt, for example. So it'll be similar to this in a certain way, but it's about, this is more of like handles to put your hand through or whatever. Put up, put through your arm or something like that. I was just thinking, what happens if I could put a cup in this? Hey, have have a holder for your phone, for a phone or something similar around your cup. I was just thinking about that for a second there. Oh, thanks, Texas Gold Star. Have a good night. I do appreciate you taking the time to drop in. Take care, by the way. Appreciate it. So yes, still add this. So basically, you'll see this right here. That's the top, well, the bottom of the pouch. We'll start in the corner first. Basically, I'm gonna make not a hemline, so going around, but in and out, in and out. So it crosses over from. So basically, when you look at it, if it was a different color for it, it would look like a line. That's the idea. So you see that there. It's in the corner. Pull the thread through. Obviously, it's not stop. Well, ideally, stop at the stopper knot, hopefully. And go to the other side. Try to just be right below right beside and just below the separation of the material. going with this. And basically, repeat the process going in like this. It will look like this when you're actually sewing. Well, not look, but your movement will be like this. Now, compared to what I was doing a little bit earlier, which was going around like that, I'm going like this. So weaving inside and outside and in, or inside out. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Let's start with this a little bit fast. And making sure I'm not too close to the edge. That way I have enough material to, grab onto. Because also it's gonna be holding it. So I gotta make sure there's enough of it. So back and forth, inside and out. Start doing it and stuff like that. And basically, I could probably these two things are basically just two things I picked up there. If you learn how to do these two kind of hemming and going weaving inside and out, you can make stuff. You can make stuff. You can make stuff. Even if you're not too savvy on sewing, stuff like that. At least in my opinion, these two seem to work quite nicely for a lot of things, for a lot of projects. I'm always making sure that my friends is actually staying on my needle as much as possible. So now I'm on the opposite corner. You'll see that. So now what you'll see is picture a dotted line. A dotted line. Both sides have a dotted line, but the thing is, those dotted lines don't overlap. So now you want those dotted lines on both sides to overlap. So you're going from left to right. Now you're going back the other way. You want those lines to line up as much as possible. So instead of having a dashed line, right, dash dash dash, it's gonna be a solid line. But it's going like this, a wave inside out. Once you start doing this a lot more, it gets easier over time. At least for me, it got easier over time. So that's what I'm gonna do. Stuff like this. And you're probably wondering, oh, how can you tell where you're going? The thread's very similar in color or something like that. You don't have color contrasting color or whatever. Remember, you just put holes in there. You should be able to just follow the same holes. Instead of coming from the back side, they're coming from the front side. And, keep going. Yeah, see, I just pulled the thread through the needle. Go figure. I gotta click the thread through the needle. Not all the way through. So yeah, just thread and needle through. If you do decide to melt the thread, you need to thin it out. I was about to say feather it up, but feathering is actually to expand. so thinning it out. So it has a nice, very small gold tip. So when you're threading the needle, it's fairly easy. Fairly easy. And continue filling in the dashed line. And overlapping the dash lines that you're making. That's basically all I'm doing. I'm just filling in the dash lines on both sides. So when you're looking at it, it's gonna be like, I guess this. No, not like this, but like overlapping like this with material inside. Pretty sure that should make sense. Alright, let's keep going here. Making sure it's going in the right direction too. Sometimes when I'm doing this, sometimes I'll make like, I'm like, is that where I actually want to put the sewing needle? Where the thread wants to go up. I'm like, okay, so I can continue and stuff like that. If I'm not sure, or if it's too far in, too far down, I'll be like, okay, pull it out, let's try another one. Go from there. So let's keep doing this here. We'll make some fairly good progress here. This. Keep going and going and going and going. Because I like to create, so I'm gonna keep on going and making the song as I go along. Maybe I'll randomly rhyme this time. I don't know. You're probably like, what's he are talking about? I don't know. Just making it up. Just making it up as I'm just making it up as I go along. I was about to say, I'm making it up as I sew along. So basically, I'm trying to reinforce the corners as much as possible now. I might have to make another pass. That's okay. See how it's sticking it in? It's too close to the edge, so I gotta bring it in a little bit more. Remember what I said about having a margin of error, right? Because also I gotta make a sew line, so I need that space. So that's why I was just like, okay, a little extra material. Now wait, there's no. Right there, it should be enough room to put a belt through, for example. Like if I wanted to put over a belt, it'll give me the flexibility. It's not absolutely necessary to make a pouch with a belt loop, but trust me, it does take a little bit more time. Also, adding anything like a belt is definitely gonna add more time, but once it's done, it allows you the flexibility to put it on. Or I hear it connected to our things. It just takes a little bit more time, but you know, a little bit more options. So right now you'll see that on the correct side, that on the outside of the material, so we're secondary layer, the belt loop, is right here. You'll see it like that. Basically, I'm coming around the main part of the pouch now. And then go sewing needles currently not through the belt loop material, and I'm gonna connect it. So basically, this is the main layer. This is the belt loop material I'm going through the main layer and connecting it to the belt loop material, but it's starting and going through the main layer. That way the corner of this is connected, and then I can reinforce it. All this good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Trying to show much of different angles and stuff like that. Webcam's not that great for detail. So you're right. Oops. A little shadow. I'll shine a light. You can see it. Right there, see that corner? I'm trying to reinforce that corner. So that's why I'm going around it. It's because once I start stretching it, that's a vulnerable spot, at least from what I've found. And it seems to work better over time. So that is what I'm trying to do, is reinforce this one corner now. Well, that's why I'm taking the time to do it. Yeah, I haven't stitched this. Go figure. So, if anyone's wondering, hey CR, oh yeah, what's up, man? What's up, you're sewing a lot right now. It's because I want to, and to show this in more real time. And such, and of course, you know, you can see the things I keep in mind and stuff like that, and why I don't always show this live. And sometimes it can take a little bit of time to do this kind of stuff. And the things I keep in mind. I wasn't planning to do a live stream for creation mode, but why not? Why not? So what I'm going to do here, so yeah, eventually I'll get to the opposite corner, and then I'll do what I just did, but until then, I'm going to actually make a hemline around it now. So after doing this, I could probably take a, say I'll drop it, drop that binder clip off. You'll see now. This is the part that I'm sewing on. This will be the belt loop. So now I'm just gonna reinforce that a lot more. So I actually don't need that binder clip on. I do need to hold it together. Basically what I was showing in that corner. Now I'm gonna go along the top of it. Same way as currently on the outside. Like the end of the threads sticking out. Now stick it back into the main material over top, just above that spot. So it'd be like right there. Go over and go around like this. So a series of rolls, so to speak. And this is why you're gonna put a belt loop on. And it's probably better if you do it before you stitch the walls together. At least I find. If I try to do this after the fact, after where it's already like this, I'll find these two loops and already like this, it'd be much harder. Especially if it's a smaller, narrower pouch, just because there's no clearance for, to put the sewing needle in, let alone try to get my fingers through it and stuff like that. It'd just be a mess. It'd be frustrating. So went ahead. Stuff like that. Forgetting the end of the line a little, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. And always remember, kind of visualize it in your head. Look. Use those lines that you can't see right now. See, I'm using the lines I can't see to eyeball it better. So when I'm sticking it, okay, there we go. There we go. Now I'm starting to get somewhere. Basically repeat doing here until so basically just like how these two ends were separated, let's just visualize that it was like this initially. I joined them together, and basically I'm doing it now with these two ends. Here's the belt loop side, and here's gonna be the main pouch. So see that? I'm trying to reinforce that. Now, after going the wavy kind of thing, or dash line connecting, or whatever you want to call it, now I'm going around and hemming it. And when I was doing this the last time, the first time when I really was doing this, the first one, I was just like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, how am I gonna do this? I just kind of figured it out, I guess. It just kind of made sense to me to do it like this, just because it just made sense, I guess. Just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Just kind of figuring it out. You know, if you're, yeah, that'll probably be good. Not quite perfect. That'll be good enough. Literally, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Now, I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna finish the walls in this stream, but I'll finish most of it. Because I think you'll get the idea relatively shortly. It's obviously, everything else I'm doing is just a repetition of everything else and such. Okay, a couple of threads anyway. So look at the time anyways. I do not want to actually stay up while doing this. I'm quite, but stay up a little bit longer for this. Because I do like creating, and I do have music playing in the background, so I'm motivated enough anyways. Of course, you get tired of a track or whatever, you go on to the next track. Right? Not playing music to motivate for whatever the reason is. Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, I think it's starting to come together. It's starting to come together very nicely now. Teacup? Hello, Teacup. And thank you for taking the time to drop in. Like, literally, I just look at the chat and like, boom, just pops up. Hi, Teacup. Hi. What are you doing? It's nice to see you, by the way, Teacup. I hope you're feeling better, by the way, Teacup. Oh, it's all good, Teacup. You know, I know you're here in spirit, right? You're here in spirit. I know. I understand. I understand. You know, sometimes just knowing that people are around, you know, even giving, you know, a little bit of support feels good. Feels good. Because it just might not, yeah, it might not be. It just might just be enough to, you know, keep you going. You're like, okay, you know, that gives you that enough motivation to not give up. And like focus yourself into a state where you're just like, boom, 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 boom. A Zen state? I don't know. Something like that. See, on the inside door, since I'm using Blackfoot, I actually can see it. So I'm using it as a trace line, let's just say. You know, so I can stick my sewing needle through it to save me more time, so now I'm kind of guessing too much. So that might need some more thread here. Take care, Tika. It's always nice to see you drop by. The only thing I don't like about doing that, the thread. Hold on. One thing I don't like doing. That's why I don't like doing it like that. 100%. I gotta wash my hands before starting. I have done this without putting the overhand stopper on it, but it's more tricky because you can't keep pulling. See, I don't have a stopper knot at the end, so if I actually let go of the needle, the thread will come out of the needle, but because I'm being very deliberate on how I'm doing it, it's not gonna do that yet. At least as far as I know. I'm using as much as the thread as possible. Stuff like that. And basically keep going back. It's just repetition now. I mean, I've been trying to pick up something like crocheting just because I'm like, wow, if I can sew, crocheting should not be that much more a difficult process, stuff like that. And a lot of this stuff is just a pattern. You just gotta repeat the pattern. Repeat the pattern. That's all you gotta do. Just gotta keep repeating the pattern back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It might be tedious at times, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad. And I need more thread. It's all good. It's all good. You can see how much I've used of this. It's starting to like be more see-through. And all this good stuff. Well, on the bright side, this, for its current useless state, is now be back in the useful state. Because I took the time to connect with her. Keep going. Find the motivation. Yes, you can do it. So, if I was ever in a situation where, hey, I gotta apply, let's just say, I'm not allowed to go into the outside or something like that, you know that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or I gotta pass my time or something like that. You give me some thread, well, something like this. Give me a bunch of random materials, sewing needle, something similar to that. I probably could keep busy with just that. I wouldn't even need like anything like like streaming video, for example. I'd probably be like, I probably could do this for a while, and I forgot to put the stuff in. But yeah, I probably could do this for a while if I really wanted. Sometimes I do, especially if I got the music playing in the back. Something about it too. Visualize the needle. When I'm putting in some needles, I kind of just get it in just enough so it sticks through. So I'll just use some. Here, I'll use this for example. Scrap piece. Now, obviously, the thicker it is and stuff like that, it might be more difficult to push in, or a thimble or something like that might help. But just stuff that goes through. So you can see, is that the spot where you want it? Because obviously the thread's not full of the needle. But, oh, this is spot, so I pull it through. Also, I had to do it because I'm not actually trying to connect this piece. Using that for example. Sometimes, when I've been doing this for a while, sometimes I'm doing it by feel. Just by feel. Now, I'm not saying to go start sewing without seeing it, because I'm pretty sure that's much harder than it seems. But feeling it in terms of like kinda just the feel of it, I guess. I don't know how to explain that part. So I'm gonna keep going with this here. Try to make as much progress as possible on this. Besides, this is gonna be the bottom of the pouch anyway, so want it as relatively as great as possible. just kind of visualize a little, kind of, it's like biking or driving, kind of, look ahead, that kind of thing. Look ahead, look where you want to go, kind of deal. And hopefully, things will just follow along and literally roll along, which I'm doing right now is rolling like this with Sony. And I guess I'm randomly rolling out the metaphors, right? I know some people like those analogies and stuff like that, so I try to relate this stuff you might be interested in. I mean, if you're doing cooking, for example, it's just like whisking or stirring something. Sometimes you want to stir, just feel for it, right? Just not to stir it, and not just go in and be like, oh, no. Slowly build up some momentum. Oh yeah, now I'm starting to get surrounded. Alright, so I'm really close now to the opposite corner of this. So what I'm gonna do now is, since I've gone through the top, made loops going around like this, I'm gonna go once or twice at least on the side, just to reinforce that. I'm gonna so this is right here. Let's see that. There we go. Actually put it through the main part of the pouch now. Did what I did on the opposite side, or in the beginning. And keep going with this. It's funny, I have offered people to make them a pouch, especially for something that they have. For example, some smelting the ends every so often. Helps. Yeah. I guess not bad. Not bad. Show you guys a little bit more. See there. The idea is so it's hardly you can see the threads in there. That's the idea, anyways. So obviously, when you're sewing, try to make it as thin as possible. Obviously, you don't want to break the thread doing it, but you want it. Well, you don't want it loose. You want your thread, your rollings and your weaving back and forth as tight as possible, so it's nice and snug. Keep the material nice and snug together. I'm just gonna make an extra pass, just because I still have thread on this. Really close. This is actually the easier part, because since I've been doing this for a while, obviously there's thread already on there, so I can actually see a line. So I don't have to visualize it, I can just see it. Be like, okay, just put the thread where the thread is, kind of deal. And that's basically all I'm doing is coming where the thread is. And keep going with this. I do appreciate that one still kicking it around with me for now. Do appreciate it. Just check up on stuff. Another thing is to always try to remember which way you're going. It's because you're flipping in the material and all that stuff. So let's try to remember that. I mean, I've double backed on stuff before by accident. I'm like, oh wait, I gotta go the other way. Not a big deal. All that means is that one spot will be more reinforced because it's got an extra layer in there. Oops, sorry. Shaking my table a little bit. I mean, table. My chair. Basically, now I'm just kind of reinforcing it. It's all kind of stuck together. Right? Series of loops going inside and out, connections, right? Crosses and all that stuff. The material is nice and tight next to each other. All that stuff. Well, that's basically all I'm doing. Now, basically, I would have to do it. I would have to do it from the top side too. This is the bottom side of the pouch. And like I said earlier, it's easier to put the belt loop in before you sew the walls. Because if I didn't sew the walls would be together, and especially a pouch this small, it would be very, very hard to do what I'm doing right now. But because the walls are open, I have more space to work with, get needle through, get my fingers around, and stuff like that. So, keep going here, keep going, and all this stuff. You know, I was about to start humming a song, but I'm like, oh wait, maybe that's not such a great idea. Maybe not such a great idea. Pull this little asshole with as hard as I can. Obviously, I don't want to break the thread, but I want so it's nice and pretty secure. And I think it should be good. Should be good. I think I'll add a couple more extra lines in there. Just cause. And besides, I still have this part of thread, so what I'll probably do is reinforce the corners more on it. Because the corners are not get worn down over time, especially if I put a bolt through it. And the reason why you may not have seen like me show a lot of them, even though I've said I've been making them, is because well some of them I've been trying out just to see. No, also depending on the materials, and what you do with pouches containers, and it'll depend on how long it'll last. Of course, I have to heat up the corner to the side. Oh, it's okay. So basically, I got a little tip on there, so I can thread the needle. Boom, nice and easy, nice and easy. I think this is why I prefer the melting method. Or this, it just seems to work relatively simple, very simple, but also you gotta melt it. So let's see, let's reinforce that side a little bit more, put it a bit tighter. Probably to at least one more on this one. So now that corner's kind of like there's multiple layers, not just one or two, but like 3 stitches, 4 stitches, everything. So let's seems good. I mean, only time will tell how well it will handle wear and tear, but in the meantime, it'll be okay. Since I have access on it, I'm gonna cut it a little bit closer towards when I'm melted. Taking scissors, just cutting it. I got this leftover stuff. I'm just gonna use on the opposite corner just to reinforce my corner just a tad bit more. See, this one corner is pretty good. I just finished that. Now I'm just gonna do the for the first corner again. Just kind of go around again. Alright, so I'll keep doing this here for a little bit. I think I'm fairly good at it. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm only doing a little bit more just because I still have a little bit of thread on there. I'm like, wow, all this, no point in cutting it. Like, there's only that much left. I might as well just use the rest of it. Not that hurt having a little extra thread on there. The amount of weight increases. Wow, not a lot. Take the thread as tight as possible. Make some sort of stuff. Not freeze. And all that stuff. So yes, if anyone else told me, what would you do to pass by the time if you had to? There's no choice. You have to pass by the time. What would you do? I'd be like, like I said, can you give me some thread and some needle? And some material to sew with? I probably could keep this up for long. I might be the guy, I might be the person that say, I'll do all your mending. Something like that. Okay, not bad. It's not my best work, I'll be honest. Not my best work, but still good enough. It'll function well. So here's the bottom of the belt loop. This is going to be the bottom of the pouch, and also it's going to be inverted by it. Okay. Not bad. I guess it's kind of like double stitched, I think. Yeah, you know what? I got this extra a little bit. Let's just do a little bit extra just because I still got some thread in there anyways. So not make it. It'll just help a little. Reinforce my stitching that's already into it anyways. Using my previous stitch line. Yeah. What? Yeah. The needle came off the thread, so I mean sometimes when I'm lazy or whatever, I'll be like, whatever, right? It's good enough, right? But a lot of the time I'll actually be like, you know what, whatever. Let's just get the needle back on, let's just finish it off. Stuff like that. Maybe take a little break, let's say, so you haven't seen me break from this for a little bit. This hard for a little bit. At least not in a while. Try to put the needle off. Keep going with this. Oh, I'm pretty sure if I unthread the needle, or the thread comes out of this needle now, I'm probably not gonna do it again. It's quite small amount of thread I have left on there. Let's split this up until pretty much it's done the thread. Keep going with this. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in, by the way, tonight, this morning. I do want to see it. Appreciate it. Wherever you are. You know, when you see me do this, see it as, hey, maybe I can do this too. Consider me like, if XYZ person can do this, I surely can do this too. I got similar stuff. I got, in this case, a sewing needle, for example. I got some thread. I think I can do this. Looking at it like that, always consider that you can do it. If you start saying can't, well, you're going to start believing it. But if you start saying, hey, I can do this, maybe you can. Maybe you can. It reminds me of this book. What's that? I can't remember what it's called now. I had it for a while when I was younger. It's Why Can't I Do This? That's not the name, but Why Can't I Do This? Right? And it always said reasons why not. But at the end, it just more exclamation marks with stuff like that. I can't do this. I'm paraphrasing, not paraphrasing, but you know what I mean. That's how I see this right now. Not if I can do it. If. It's more like, when will I finish? Because I know I can do this. I know I can do this. It's more a question of, when will I finish this? Okay. Let's say let's say you watch a show, for example, do live streams. Well, maybe not do live streams, but watch live streams and stuff like that. You'd be multitasking. I mean, I'm sort of multitasking right now, to be honest, right? Just chatting it away and all this other stuff. Now, what I'm gonna do here is try to finish it off. So where I want to melt the line at the end, because it's really coming close to the end here. The line is actually on the back side, or on the side that you're not gonna see, which would be on this side. I'll pull that through. I might be able to get one more pass through. Maybe. I hope so. Yeah, I should be able to. Finish it off on the back, inside of the pouch, where no one will notice once I seal it up. Take a pair of scissors now, clip off as close to the sewing needle as possible. So I'm trying to, I gotta remove this kind of excess material off this eye of the needle. Okay. Put it back with other sewing stuff I have temporarily. Got a neodymium magnet, very useful, I find, especially when I'm doing hand sewing, because it allows me to keep the sewing needles together, keep them through magnetism, stuff like that. So now you'll see that where I just cut, I'm just gonna pull that a little bit more, just so it's nice and snug, as much as possible. Melt it, push it together. So right now you can see that dark black line because well I was using thread or reclaimed thread that was dark. For example. And, before I start, I mean, yeah, I gotta fix that slide still. That's okay. Now, obviously, I want to fix the top and all that stuff. I'm not actually gonna finish this right now. I didn't actually realize. Oh, I don't think I can. Two, 2 hours. Not sure if I'll actually want to take the time to finish more of this off. But no, actually, I got it. Just because I need to change pace, anyways. I need a slight change of pace, But basically, everything else is pretty much all the same, except for, yeah, pretty much everything I did in this is just, to finish this off, it's just a repetition of the same things. Like this, and going around. That's it. Something like a binder clip could be useful. If you need to take a break, take a break. Take a break, right? I'm taking a break right now. When I have coffee break. Yes, I have coffee in this side right now. As I keep going here. So basically, once I finish the belt loop, I can finish off the walls, invert this inside out, and basically, in a nutshell, using a clip just for reference, or just hold it together temporarily. You won't see that elite here, but it'll be a belt loop, and whatever I put inside, that fits. It'll go inside. Basically, that's how I would do it. So similar to something like this. Very, very similar. Except for, well, this is much smaller of a version. Yeah, it was really funny when I was first making this. Like, I know a smartphone will fit in there, for its size, but so you can see my USB mouse I have. It actually fits this. It actually fits this. Well, it should still fit. Oops. Should still fit. Actually, I forget I'm doing stuff. But it should. If I click on, I don't want to click on anything accidentally. Because that would do that, but it sort of fits. So it could fit. Although my smartphone fits better in it. So, I want to remind everyone, just because you're this or that doesn't necessarily mean you can't do this or that. Just because you're male and such doesn't necessarily mean you can't sew, crochet, mend stuff, cook, even. And similarly, just because you're more, feminine, female, doesn't necessarily mean you can't learn or do things like welding, using power tools, you know. I hope that makes sense. And I hope everyone enjoyed that very quick kind of my way, but actually doing parts of what I do for creating in real time. Because I wanted to show it in more real time, when things happen, stuff like that, kind of behind what I, do every so often. And like I said, I'm taking a break from it. Yeah, I take breaks when I'm creating every so often, or maybe I'm working on 2 projects, so I'll be like, okay, I'll do part of the sewing and then I'll do something else for a little bit. I mean, if I was, you give me some like thread and needle for a while, well, enough of it, and material, tools to, cut with, or something like that, and resources, to go with it. I probably could keep that up for a while. Well, probably, most likely I could keep that up for a while. I mean, I would hope I could be able to, keep that up for 14 days straight. If I'm necessary, but, maybe, especially with our things. That's what I would love to hear. Tigerkin branching out, you know, not confining yourself within a small box, and metaphorically expanding outside the box a little bit more. Maybe you expand outside the box, and perhaps you're not as great at it, this XYZ skill, whatever, but at least you tried, you gained some practice at it, and maybe, just maybe, you could, with more practice, in time, get better at it, be more proficient at it. I mean, for you, and maybe expand your horizons. I mean, like, for me, this was the first time I actually decided to make. I mean, I've made pouches already, obviously, but made one with like um, horizontal loops. Yeah, horizontal loops. You could see I made belt loops once and stuff like that, but I wanted to make a horizontal one, and not only that, doing it after I've already made the pouch. I'll show something right here. Like I said, I've been listening to music. Right? This is one I made earlier. And the funny thing is, because the material is so thin, I can actually, with enough pressure, actually operate the touch display on the smart device, on the smart device, on the smartphone. Did I find it that way? I would hope I would have. I think I did, but probably more of a coincidence or fluke. But sometimes creating is taking chances at times, experimenting, and being wonderstruck, and being like, oh wow, I can't believe this actually worked. So I don't know, that feeling when I get that, I don't know, there's something about that just makes me feel, how do I say, like I can accomplish more. Whatever that perceived limit in the distance is, I feel like, hey, I've taken that extra step above it, a little bit more, half an inch higher, and stuff like that. But yes, I hope that those courses, classes help you tell your kid. That'd be very awesome. I would love to hear that from you. I was mentioning to someone else already, but you know, feeling impatient about sewing and stuff like that. I always say, look at that, visualize that finished product, whatever it is. It takes some time. You make progress in creating it. And even when I took sewing before, some of the projects were not done in one day, one sitting. Sometimes it was break it up into more manageable chunks. I mean, for some ideas, after cutting it, I made this hemline on the side right here, this dark little spot right in there, one side, the other side, folded my top, made the top, a couple hours later or whatever, right? And then later on, before the screen, I was kind of putting these hoops on and stuff like that, just kind of finishing it off. So I divided the work, the amount of stuff I had to do in 3 sections, kind of more manageable. I was just like, okay. And before I started and stuff, cut and all that stuff, I was just thinking, like, using imagination, kind of see it in front of me. visualizing it done. Also, it's done, but before I had these loops on, it's yeah. Always trying to get a sense of it. Where I'm just like, you know, visualizing it on my hand. Opening on my hand. I know Tiger King. Yes, I'm using it as a metaphor. Yes, stuff like that where I'm just like, no, and then obviously bring it into actual existence and seeing it for myself. Right? This idea came from doing this. I know, Tiger King. I know what you're thinking. Yes, you know what I'm thinking. I know Tiger King knows what I'm thinking. Tiger King knows how I think, or stuff like this. So, yeah. What I'll probably do is, hold on one sec here. Just give me a sec here. Hold on. Sorry about that temporary delay. But yes, speak of which, I have something on the side. Something I was playing around with. I was trying to make music with it. I don't know. It sounds like a piece of metal. Actually, it's a spring. Yeah. I know sometimes I like to take hard stuff just to just see, analyze how it works, tinker with it. Not necessarily first engineer it, but just to see. I was just playing around with the spring on the board. I don't play around with it. Probably not that do anything with it, but maybe. Maybe. So this right here, I'll probably just finish it later. It's okay. This one right here, well, pretty much it is done. Really much. Actually, I probably could convert this back. Oh yeah, I probably could. And we'll throw it up. Show up as well. This is when it's inverted inside out. Thanks, Tiger King. That's supposed to be a persuasion for it to come here in Canada. Sometimes it likes to get delayed. I don't know why I'm whispering. Why am I whispering? Oh yeah. But yeah. Now I'll go a little bit longer. I'm still good sleepy. So I'll put these two things to the side here. Oh, actually, I'll put this to the opposite side. Oh yeah, let's see. Here's some of that material. It's that same greenish material. Like this is the same material. It's all the same material. Came from the same bag. Like I said, it's not that strong. It's not canvas or something like that. It's not as durable as some other materials I tried. Hey, I can pull this apart. I can pull that apart, so it's not that strong. But, you know, I take some of my dust. Probably not gonna do it. Well, I mean, I could pull it apart if I wanted to, but it'd be good enough for what I need it for. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Fairly straight. Show there, so. See, that's another thing I've noticed about using a binder clip is because the binder clip has straight edges on it. So sometimes I've used it to help me. I mean, probably use rulers too, for example, any straight edge, anything that's straight really. I mean, you probably could do it with I don't want to show too much, but you probably could do it with something like this, right? Put that clip in there, keep that lined up, something like that. I know sometimes, most of the time I'll just eyeball it. I mean, like this is not perfectly level or straight, but I'm doing it by hand. With a sewing machine, for example, you have guides and stuff like that. But not too bad for doing it by hand. I know my first couple works were probably not as great, but and if I'm tired or whatever, it's not that great. If I'm doing, something like this when I'm really tired, so I should be able to do much better when I'm not so tired. Oh, it's Jordy! What's up? Jordy, what's up, man? How's it going? Of course I'm gonna notice people that come in blue. I'm just kinda... It's nice to see you, by the way. It's been a while since I've seen you. I've just been doing, how am I doing? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, so. Because I've been sewing for the last, hour, give or take. Reclaimed material, all sewn by hand. This will be a pouch later. Alright, there's the belt loop right there. For you to see. I'm actually pulling on it. There's probably I wouldn't say it's triple stitch, but relatively secure. Just using two basic type of stitches from this kind of inside out, kind of like a horizontal wave, like a zigzag type of stitching. I forget what's called. I don't know what's called. I just I do it. And then there's this rolling around the material, similar to right here. GP, what haven't I been creating? Like I said, what haven't I been creating? I mean, I'm out per se on the road, so I don't have my usual kind of stuff I can get access to, but I do have something for myself. Having a sip of coffee. Stuff like that. Oh, let's see what else. Well, you should know what I do. Pretty obvious what I do at times. I create, right? Why does CR create? Well, why not? I truly believe that we all can create in some form or fashion. I mean, some of us create a little bit less, and then there's others that create a lot more. No. Whatever you do create, enjoy what you create at times. And for all of us out there, right? I'm gonna put this back up on the screen. We all can create a better future starting today. Like it says on the top right hand corner. I think I'm gonna go to the 3-hour mark on the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the 3-hour mark. So I'm gonna go until 20 minutes here on the stream here until I reach the 3-hour mark, which is gonna be the quarter to next hour or quarter after, and where you are in the world and all this other stuff here. I'm just gonna keep going for a little bit longer here, but yes, this is something it's my channel banner. It's my it's my channel banner. I was about to say channel icon. This is not my channel icon. Everyone knows what my channel icon was like. It was more like that, or in that. It looks more like that. That's actually probably more like my channel icon. Or a variation on it. So yes, about 17 minutes. Yeah, 17 minutes. I got this like two and 3/4 hour mark. Okay. I think going up to the 3-hour mark is pretty good enough. I was gonna try to finish this, but sometimes some of these creations take a little bit longer. Sometimes they can be fast. It just depends. At times, depends how much of a mood I'm in. Any side difficulties, such as when I'm sewing, and the thread came out the sewing needle again. I got refred the eye with the thread again. We're like, oh, I got it on the first time, and our times I'm like, really? Why isn't that going through? This is the 4th time. Oh, 5th time's the charm. Oh, yeah, nice. So in the last probably 5 minutes, probably around like 20 minutes too, or whatever, do my kind of exiting sequence, as I usually do it, and stuff like that. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in on this live stream. It's nice to reconnect with some of you out there. I really should aim my voice better on mic, hey? Oh yeah, see, that was the thread I was using. Oh, it doesn't look like thread because, no, it doesn't. You can see all these. Look at that. Look how much thread I took off of that, just to reuse to me. Something like this. See all that black thread on top was on this, was on it, was in a useful state. It's back in a useful state because it's on this now. That was just a coincidence what I just did. That was just a coincidence. Coincidence, right? Sorry, something in my eye. I'm not trying to wink. So I do appreciate everyone's loving support. If you guys want to randomly put heart emojis on the screen, now's the time. I guess maybe I should actually try to make something that looks like this as a fan. Heart fan. Maybe. Just speaking out loud. I guess we'll see if I can get to the top of that. The 3-hour mark, I don't know. Feels like I'm running dry. On stuff to say at the moment, anyways. We'll see. I like it. If I say 5 hour, yeah. If I say a 5-minute down to the last 5 minutes, you'll hear me say it. So if I say it, I say it. I'll try to stretch to the 3-hour mark, but I don't know. It's kind of getting late, early, whatever you want to call it. You know what? Oh wait. I think I am actually gonna do my 5-minute warning. Yeah, I wanted to go to the 3-hour mark, and I think just cut it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So let me got a paper, Tiger Can teacup text listener. I know. Bible Frog came in, Uncle Al, of course, and Alan Johnson came in the beginning, and whoever else came in working. All that. Oh, can't forget about Hoisher. You know, I do appreciate all these people coming by to support this live stream. And you're watching the replay on it. Well, hey, I appreciate that you took the time to watch all this replay time. And maybe persuade you to create a little bit more. You know, remember, Albert, you all can create their future starting today, like it says. You know, I'll admit, I'm no expert in creating, but I do enjoy it a lot. I try to do more of it, gain more practice in doing it, make progress in it, try to, push the limit a little bit more, try a little bit something extra this time around. Even earlier, like I said, tried this little extra right here. I've already made pouches like this, but I'm like, oh, let's try this. Now I can learn from this. Build on top of pre-existing things and try to be like, raise the bar, as they say, and do all that awesome stuff. Make progress, not perfection. You might have heard of, that kind of saying before. That's true all the time. Make progress. Always strive to get better, improvements and stuff like that. Even subtle little improvements overall can equal to big change. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop in, like I said. So I do appreciate everyone taking the time to come in. Take care. And remember, everyone, as the world changes, so must oneself to reaching a level of skill and knowledge. One must practice. Now, a single person cannot run this world, but one person can help someone in this world. Until the next video, live stream for a late night chit chat, creation mode, static video, post on social media. It's peace out from you know who, the one known as CR. I'll catch you all next time. Bye.